When the wind passes over waterfalls, it carries sprinkles of clear water and thus becomes most refreshing. Sometimes the wind blows through a beautiful forest, carrying the fragrances of fruits and flowers. At other times, the wind may fuel a fire that burns the same forest to ashes. The wind, however, being fixed in its own nature, remains neutral in both its auspicious and inauspicious activities. Similarly, within the material body, we will inevitably face both pleasing and disgusting situations. If, however, we remain fixed in our devotional consciousness, we will not be disturbed by the inauspicious, nor will we become attached to the materially auspicious. In the course of one's spiritual duties, a transcendentalist sometimes finds himself chanting Hare Krishna in a beautiful country atmosphere, and sometimes he finds himself doing the same thing in a very horrible city. In both cases, the transcendentalist fixes their mind upon the Supreme and experiences transcendental pleasure. Although the wind passes through the most dark and forbidding places, the wind is not frightened or disturbed. Similarly, a transcendentalist should never be fearful or anxious, even in the most difficult situation. One who is attached to materially pleasing forms, tastes, smells, sounds, and touches will also be repelled by the opposite in each category. Thus, finding oneself surrounded by innumerable good and bad things, a materially aspiring person is constantly disturbed. When the wind blows in many directions at once, the atmosphere becomes agitated. Similarly, if the mind is constantly attracted and repelled by material objects, there will be such mental disturbance that it will be impossible to think about the absolute truth. Therefore, one should learn from the blowing wind the art of moving through the material world without attachment.